Gillette tackles toxic masculinity. Okay, this is gonna be great. Okay, let's take a look at it, guys.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual
Toxic
harassment.
masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Who's the daddy?
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
This is for a razor?
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool. Not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men, we're acting like we gonna shake it.
and small.
What does this have to do with razors?
But some is
Wait.
not enough.
It's not how we treat each other, okay? Okay.
Because the boys watching
What?
today will be the men of tomorrow.
Is
So
that
what'd you
real?
think?
Is that real? Like, there's
Yeah,
no way
that's real.
there's no way that's
100%
real,
real.
right?
That's 100% real. It's absolutely real.
Thebestmencanbe.org. Okay, just a second. 30 years ago, we launched our A Best a Man Can Get tagline. Like, as part of the Best Men Can Be campaign, Gillette is committing to donate $1 million per year for the next 3 years to nonprofit organizations executing programs in the United States designed to inspire, educate, and help men of all ages achieve their personal best and become role models for the next generation. Like, that's good, I guess. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's great. But what does this have to do, like, I'm reading through this, like, what does this have to do with sexual harassment? Like, why would they use sexual harassment to promote selling razors? Like, does any, it's kind of weird, right? I mean, they're commercializing, like, indirectly, like, the whole Me Too thing. Like, isn't that kind of bad, too? I mean, it doesn't make me want to buy a razor. Like, what is it, like, what is the game plan of, like, insulting your audience and implying that they're, like, violent, like, sexual abusers that's gonna make them want to buy your product? And then you have guys that are grilling. Like, what's wrong with grilling?
It's a good commercial, dude.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it's obviously.
What the fuck's your problem? You don't like fucking positive messages about trying to spread positivity and trying to be better? What's your fucking issue,
that
dude?
at all. Like, it's implying, like, men are, like, violent and, like, bad. Like, how can you read that and not get that out of it?
Listen, the only people that have a problem with this ad
Yeah?
are the people that this ad is directed towards. So if you get mad at this ad, you're proving its point. Do you understand?
Okay. Yeah, I guess that must be it, yeah. I don't know, man. It just seems like... I don't like whenever companies take these, like, social issues and, like, use them to sell products. It's really, like, transparent and weird. Like, I don't see how, like, anybody, like... Who watches this ad and says, I want to buy a razor? Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me. Yeah, I don't know, but they didn't try to sell anything. They're obviously trying to sell things. Like, I mean, come on. Let's be real. They're a company. Like, it takes you to the website that they sell products on. I mean, come on. Give it a break. Look at the comments. I don't know, man. Let me see if I can even read this. They removed dislikes. No, they didn't. What did they? Well, they probably could have re-uploaded it because it's not actually on like a Gillette like main YouTube channel or something like that. I don't know, man. Like, this makes me like not really want to like buy products because like I don't like the whole like the whole like narrative that like men are like violent and like sexual abusers and stuff. Like the truth is like I've never like sexually abused a woman before or anything like that, and like it's disgusting. And like the implication is like, oh, you should hold other people accountable. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's ridiculous, dude. Like, that's what the laws are for, is to hold people accountable. I don't know. Like, these kinds of things really frustrate me. It's the wrong video. Wait, what do you mean? It's the wrong video.
That's the right video.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Wrong, I think you're on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's like, look, the video got massively fucking downvoted, okay?
Yeah.
Like a fucking torrential downpour of downvotes, okay? Don't worry about it. Listen, likes and dislikes don't matter, okay? That's not what influences shit. What actually influences it is fucking money, okay? And you don't have to worry about that here because they're not trying to sell you anything. What you should actually be understanding after watching the commercial is that you need to be feeling guilty for being a dude, okay? Because dudes are innately, according to Gillette and various other places on the internet, dudes are innately terrible fucking creatures, okay?
Well, it definitely implies that like
that.
men are violent, and I don't know. It's like if I tell somebody like stop being like a rapist or something like that, it kind of implies that they're a rapist, you know? And it's these things are like really frustrating for me to say. Does topic get you banned? No, it's not. I'm not going to get banned for talking about a commercial. They're not going to ban me for that as possible. We're violent as fuck. I've never hit somebody. Like, I don't know, like, what kind of, like, gorillas that you guys have grown up with, but where I live, like, you don't solve your problems with violence. If you do that, they put you in a box called jail. Like, nobody does that. Yeah, I mean, I'm not missing a point at all. Like, they're basically saying, like, men are violent and they're sexual abusers. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, of course I'm not going to be okay with that. There's no way. Missing the point? I'm not missing the point at all. Like, if I'm missing the point, everybody else is missing the point too. It's fucking ridiculous. Oversimplified? Well, yeah, this is oversimplified. It's oversimplified to the point to where men are basically shown in this video as being abusive and sexual harassers. And this is by a company that's supposed to advertise products towards men. Like, what is they're abusive men though? There are abusive women too. Like, if there was a commercial about like women being emotionally abusive or whatever, like, I think people would be equally upset and outraged for it for good reason. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, we got some discussion going on now, boys. This is it.
Well, you can't really talk about this kind of stuff on Twitch chat, but like, to me, I don't know. I don't like it at all. Yeah, I mean, like, domestic violence and like, you know, abuse and all that stuff, it happens both ways. It's not like only men are beating up women. Like, there's all kinds of stuff like that happening. Yeah, talk to me who? Like, I can't even see all these. You're completely missing the point. Well, what's the point? Like, I mean, really, what is the point here? That there are abusive men? Like, yeah, obviously. Like, what is the point that I'm missing? Yeah, that men are violent. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Toxic administration. Yeah, it's a shit commercial, dude. 100%. Read the comments. Oh boy, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Let me read the comments. I want to ask my girlfriend permission to buy a Gillette razor. She said no. Sorry, Gillette. Gillette is owned by Procter. This is just a list of like companies. Gillette is canceled. How to destroy company 101. Amazon is now blocking negative reviews of Gillette products. Wow.
True.
I do think that, like, I mean, I will kind of agree with that because, like, whenever anything, like, somebody gets mad about something a company does and they say the products suck, you know, it's obviously kind of self-serving, transparent bullshit. Go to the Gillette channel.
Yeah, go to the correct channel, dude.
Okay, let me find it. Just a second here. Is it... Wait, which one is it?
It's the longer one, 1 minute 49
seconds.
Okay,
all right, here we go. Let's see.
Bullying.
415,000 dislikes. Jesus Christ. Wow. I can't wait to have a Tampax commercial condemning women for using abortion as birth control. Oh, wow. Gillette, the best an NPC can get. Keep deleting our comments. We won't stop. Thanks, Gillette, for this textbook example of cultural Marxism. I don't know about that. Toxic masculinity. I don't know, dude. It seems ridiculous to me. Diablo Immortal shares with Gillette. Yeah, they're shaving their players off. Like, I don't know, man. It's really frustrating for me to see things like this. And I guess I don't really take it, like, all that seriously, because I don't really care about it a whole lot. But it seems like I don't really like whenever companies use social issues to market products. I don't know. I just feel like it's really transparent and self-serving, and it's like kind of just it's just sliming to me. Maybe
what
I'm
do you
wrong
mean?
about,
Of course it's self-serving. They're companies.
Well, yeah.
They're trying to sell products, dude.
Well, obviously they're companies, but like there are more and less ethical ways of selling products, and I just don't think that you should use these big issues, right, to sell razors. Because like even if they're not doing it directly, everybody knows who Gillette is. They're obviously doing it for attention to get people to talk about them, and I just don't like it. At the end of the day, men don't shave. Well, the funny thing about it is a lot of the kids in the or people in the video were actually kids. Rancho, what's your base moon speed? Let me see. I don't even know. 197%. So I'm actually really fucking fast. The last comment. Wait, let me read the last comment. What? Go ahead.
I have a question. So, in the description it says bullying and harassment. So obviously you're not okay with harassment. But do you think stopping bullying is a bad goal
Well,
to
I don't
have?
think stopping bullying is something innate to men. I think women bully people all the time. I mean, like, there's been plenty of people that have been bullied by girls in school, too. Like, bullying isn't something that men have a monopoly over. I think it's just
but this
implying...
ad was specifically about men. We're not talking about women here.
Well, yeah, but like whenever you isolate an issue down to like one person and have that issue be personified by a certain group of people, it implies that that group of people is responsible for the problem. Like,
yeah, I agree.
Obviously, yeah. Like it's bullshit. Like, yeah, I mean, like have I been bullied? Yeah, to an extent, right? But like, not really. I mean, people have fucked with me, but like people fuck with everybody. It's not a big deal. Like, I would never say that I was like bullied or anything like that. I don't think bullying, like, is bullying even a thing anymore?
Oh,
like,
yeah. Bullying
is it really?
is the, bullying's a big... Dude,
Yeah.
What do you mean? You bully people today. What do you mean? You open up people's armory and fucking shit all over their goddamn lives. I get bullied daily. Kids probably get bullied daily. Of course it's still a thing, you
well, look,
fucking
dude,
idiot.
if you want to step into the arena, then you're gonna get attacked. Like, he's not bullying me. Like, if I'm responding to
What
somebody,
the hell does that...
because
What the hell does that
if you're
mean?
no,
What the
listen.
hell is
If
that?
somebody wants to initiate an argument or some sort of like they want to talk shit to me, I should be able to talk shit back to them. Like, somebody calls me a fucking
if we're
retard.
adults, that's fine.
Duh.
Sure, but what about kids that are just going to school and getting baked on and shit? What about that?
Well, who's like?
think
What do you
they
think I'm
asked for
supporting? I'm supporting to beat up kids?
Are you?
No. Why would I support beating up kids?
Well, then you shouldn't be against the commercial.
What?
If you don't support it, then you shouldn't be against the commercial. You should be wanting to end bullying. Do you understand?
Well, that doesn't mean that I have to support every corporation using bullying as a tool to sell products. The way that I
But
deal
you agree with the message then?
Well, yeah, everybody should be better. Like, yeah,
Okay,
it's
good,
like it's like
good. Okay,
it's like
good,
you're gonna
that's
make
it.
like a message,
Everybody-
right? Don't steal things, right? Or don't do anything like that. Like, yeah, obviously, like it's very clear. Like, who's going to disagree with that message? Don't sexually harass women without consent, and don't beat other people up. What's condescending is the fact that they made a commercial to tell men that, like, we don't already know.
Well, if you look at the stats,
Yeah.
I mean, the stats are not looking too good for dudes, okay?
What stats?
Oh, come on, dude. The
Come
stats
on,
for
dude.
all... What do you mean? The stats for fucking... I mean, fuck it. Destiny does. Look, the stats for bullying, the stats for domestic violence, the stats for fucking, suicide rates and all this other shit, dude. Depression. I mean,
I
come
don't
on.
think suicide rates really helps your argument, right? I mean, like, yeah, obviously it's bad that happens. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, though.
Because this is taking on toxic masculinity.
What does that even mean?
Jeez. It's when it's derivative of the boys will be boys kind of thing.
Don't you think that it would be insulting if somebody if you bought a dog and then the people at the dog store tried to reinforce and tell you over and over that it's a bad idea for you to feed your dog dynamite and kill your dog? You're like, oh, they have to reinforce and tell you that. Wouldn't you be a little bit fucking insulted? Because you know that. Even though there are other people that kill dogs, right? There are the Michael Vicks of the world, right? But if they give you a whole fucking speech on this, it's gonna feel a little insulting because it's not what you do.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's not saying... that has nothing to do with boys will be boys. That's not trying to excuse toxic masculinity. That has nothing to do with what I just said.
Boys
or
will
the
be
commercial.
What do you mean boys will be boys? Like, when do you say that? You know, whenever I say
People
boys
say
will be
that all the
boys,
time.
if
What do you
kids
mean?
get in a little argument over a fucking game and they yell at each other on Xbox Live. Like, saying boys will be boys whenever some guy rapes somebody is fucking ridiculous. Nobody's doing that except for like some crazy jackass. Like, these are like imaginary people, right? And like, yes, of course they exist, but to act like this is a majority is fucking ridiculous.
Of course,
How many people are doing this?
Of course it's a majority. Listen, saying boys will be boys to excuse violence happens all the time, dude.
When?
Oh, the boys just got in a fight. Boys will be boys.
That didn't never happen.
Hey,
like in
Tim,
my
how
high
about
school,
that,
that never
that
happened.
happens all the time.
Not where I'm at. I've never seen that happen. Like in my high school, if you touch
Oh.
somebody, you would be expelled because people killed each other in the school and they had a police station on campus.
Well, I guess if you've never experienced it, that must mean it never happens, dude.
Well, that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It means that it's not something that you should have to tell people that, right? Like, it obviously it happens, but it doesn't mean that it's okay. Like, there's plenty of things that are happening, but it doesn't mean you have to, like, condescend to people and assume that they would do the wrong thing. The fuck is this? It's not there. Yeah. Social misconduct. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. It's ridiculous. Thanks, man. I need to look at some of these stats more. Well, what do you mean? Like, I would say like 99% of men don't rape anybody. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, I mean, okay, it happens, right? Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But it's not like this is like some kind of thing that every single guy does. Every guy supports. I don't know a single person that goes around and thinks that it's okay to rape people or beat them up. Like, it's ridiculous to me. Does it happen? Yeah, of course it happens. That's why but obviously people are against it. It's against the law. Like, it's against the law to do that kind of stuff. Like, I don't understand.
Well, are you aware of bro culture?
No. What is bro
like
culture?
Gamer bros, or, you know, college bros, or just bros hanging out, the bro culture. Are you aware of that at all?
I think.
Well, good. Then
Wait,
that's exactly... That's the problem. Dudes trying to cover up for other dudes, you know, when they act bad. That's what we got to stop. That's what needs to happen. That needs to stop.
I mean, don't you think that already
It's
is
like
stopped?
Terry
I mean,
Crews said, right? They brought up Terry Crews in the commercial.
Okay.
Men need to hold men accountable, right? So that it makes sense.
Sure.
Okay, we agree. Everybody agrees that this commercial is on point.
No, it's not that the people don't agree with it. Everybody agrees with it. Everybody thinks that it's a good idea. Like, there's nobody that's like, oh, wow, no, I was having so much fun being abusive and bullying other people and raping everyone. This commercial makes me mad because now I can't do it anymore. The reason they're upset about it is the fact that they're able to now, like, or they're being accused by being told not to do it. It's implying that they do it in the first place. Like, I don't understand how that's not obvious.
I think honestly you're just mad because it's aimed at men. That's really why I think you're mad.
I am mad that it's aimed at men because I never do anything like that, and I don't want to be considered a person that does that by the nature of my gender. Like, yeah, and I don't feel like there should be commercials about me being some sort of a rapist or abusive person by the nature of being a man. Like, that's what's annoying to me, right? It's like, if people, like, if they did a commercial about not stealing things, right? And they put minorities in that commercial, that would imply that minorities steal things, right? Like, that's what it would do. and it would be disgusting, and they should not do that at all. I don't get it, man. Like, I don't see how anybody could support this. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter if they do or not. It's still the same thing, right? Like, most people, it doesn't matter what like race or gender they are, they don't steal things. And if you make an article like telling them, oh, don't steal things or whatever, it implies that they do it. Gillette's just doing the public image thing? Well, I think that's what it is. I think it'll probably backfire on them, though, actually. Or at least I think that it will.
It's not going to backfire. This is 100% not going to backfire.
Yeah?
And, I mean, already, Twitter's going crazy over this fucking video, okay?
Really?
People love this video, this commercial, okay?
Okay.
So this is not going to hurt Gillette at all, okay? If anything, this is a net gain.
I don't think so. I really don't think so, because a lot of the people, like for me personally, like, I don't really, like, care about what razors I use, but if there's, like, a time where, like, I can either support a company or not that, like, just kind of makes, like, commercials aimed at me that indirectly accuse me of being okay with, you know, terrible things, like, yeah, obviously I'm not going to want to support that. Like, that, because they're not going to get new customers. Like, Gillette already has so many people. Like, everybody knows who Gillette is. They're not reaching a new audience by doing this. The only thing that they can do is alienate their original audience. Like, I don't see how that's at all... Shit. That's at all a good idea. Yeah. They only say what other people want to hear? Well, it seems like their audience didn't want to hear this. Obviously, with how many people disliked it.
What do you mean disliked it?
Well, like on the video.
It has 240,000 likes on Twitter. 99,000 retweets. This is getting crazy traction. This is crazy.
Well, I didn't say people didn't see it. There's a lot of people that saw it. Just doesn't mean that people agree on it, right? It's like, how many more people, like, for them, right? It's like, how many more people are going to buy Gillette products now versus before this this commercial? I think there would be less. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Who cares? Yeah, I mean, because everybody knows who Gillette is. It's not like they're trying to, like, make a name for themselves. They're already out there. It's all publicity, yeah.
I don't know. It just seems like you're mad because it's about men. I think, you know, when women start causing issues in society, then you can bring up women as a counterpoint. But until that point, you should just focus on men, because that's where the, you know, that's where the real...
I didn't know that women didn't commit crime. I had no idea about that. Yeah, I mean...
I didn't say they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't think I need to make a commercial telling women not to do bad things, you know? Like, it's just ridiculous. And it's also, like these, like, bad behaviors, right? Thinking that, like, violence is justified and, you know, especially violence being justified. Like, that's not just a male opinion. Like, there are plenty of women that feel that way, too. Like, I've known plenty of women that were, like, completely okay with, like, hitting a guy if, like, he made her mad or something like that. But, like, if you made a commercial that's saying that, you know, like, oh, hitting your boyfriend or something like that is bad, I think that people would be outraged, rightfully so, because it implies that women need to be told not to do that. It's disgusting. There's no crime in a video. I don't know. I mean, like, I think grabbing somebody's ass whenever they don't know, I mean, like, without consent, I mean, I could see that being a crime. Like, yeah, of course it's a crime. You talk to Justin about it? Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we'll probably talk about it. If I go into Trainx podcast, we'll probably talk about it. There's no way we won't talk about it, right? So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure that this will be a very big hot topic. No, it's not Tysus. Is it? I'm a dude that grabbed your knob? Well, yeah, the guy grabbed my dick. You're right. But, like, that's not because I'm a guy. It's because I'm Asmongold, right? He grabbed my dick. And also, like, he didn't grab my dick on purpose, too. Because he thought I was his boyfriend. And it was actually his boyfriend was gone. So I sat down next to him. He's like, hey, honey. And he grabs my dick. Because he thought I was somebody else. Like, why would I be offended by that? You see what I'm saying? It's completely different. Well, who cares? I don't think it's a big deal, right? I think it's a very bad decision on Gillette's part, right? But I don't necessarily think that they're trying to, I don't think it's like it's not like something that's worth, like, taking to the streets about. Like, who really gives a fuck? It's a razor commercial. It's just like the attitude that people have like that is, it's just, it bothers me. I don't like it. The thing is, guys will be like, well, okay, it happens. Well, I don't know. I mean, as I said, I don't know any guy that does that, right? And it's the same thing that I could, like, the argument, like, that you need to be told not to, like, be violent or, like, harass people. It just implies that, like, you're stupid and you don't know better from, like, right from wrong. It's not true at all. Like, we can go back and forth about this all the time, right? Fighters reaction shit, yeah, I mean, like, we can go back and forth about this all the time. I think, like, it's one of the examples. This is why I don't really talk about, like, political stuff anymore on Twitch, right? Is because people already have their minds made up, right? And it's very hard for anybody, like, people going into this have an opinion, and they will come out of it with the same opinion. I am not going to change anyone's mind with this conversation. People will already think what they're going to think, and it doesn't matter, right? It's like people, you know, like flat earth stuff. Like, people nowadays, in the absence of religion, people have created new types of faith, and people believe things that are completely fucking bullshit, right? Like thinking that the earth is flat or whatever else. Like, this is, well, no, really.
I can't believe you're actually making that argument. I can't believe you're equating people saying
What?
the Earth is flat to people saying that men need to do better.
I'm not talking about that anymore.
I can't believe that.
I'm not
dude.
talking about that
That's
anymore.
actually crazy.
But
That's
it's not,
crazy.
But
to
that's
me.
not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not talking about that at all. Like, I'm talking about, like, how basically people nowadays, like, it doesn't matter, like, what the facts are. It doesn't matter about anything. Like, people have their minds made up on something, and there's nothing that's going to change their mind about an issue. It doesn't matter what it is. And it's like getting into conversations like this, I think, are, like, oftentimes pointless because nobody changes their mind. Nobody cares. They just want to get their worldview or their point of view reinforced and fuck the other guy, right? Nobody cares about having a discussion. Like, that's it. He knows his point.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Go ahead.
By the way, I think the commercial's fucking retarded.
Yeah.
For the record,
most
the
people
commercial's
do.
completely fucking stupid.
Yeah, like,
Yep.
obviously most people do. I mean, you look at this right here, 400,000. That's almost 1 million fucking dislikes. I mean, there's a lot of likes on it too. I mean, you got that right. I mean, totally. But it's unfortunate. Yeah, they did delete. It seems like they did delete a lot of these comments. Well, I guess they liked that guy's comment, so it'll appear on the top. That's a tool that people use, like people on the internet use. Like deleting comments and everything like that. I used to have a different opinion about it, but I see how people do it now, and it's kind of like, you know, and I'll give you guys an example. Have you ever read an article, or sorry, looked at a headline of an article, and then read a comment about the article, and then developed an opinion about the article that you didn't even read at all based off of the comment? Like, yes, of course you've done that. Everybody has done that. Tons of people do that. The point that I'm trying to make, right, is that the people that do things like that, if there are a bunch of negative comments about a video, it's going to give them a predisposition to dislike the video based off of the comments. So obviously people are going to delete comments that are negative about a video because that would make more people be negative about it. So I don't really see that like as a bad idea. It doesn't like kind of suck that people do that sometimes. Yeah, sure. But like it works and it makes sense. What are you gonna do? Yeah, it works. It makes sense, but it's morally wrong. I don't think morality comes into play whenever you're talking about deleting YouTube comments. Like, maybe that's just me, but I just don't really think it's there. People grow up without a moral compass from parents and guardians. Well, I don't know about that. I think that plenty of people have a moral compass. Like, it's a much more nuanced argument. It's just trash. 99% of people are not rapists. That means nothing to them. But the people that are rapists aren't gonna. Yeah, it's not like somebody who's like. Yeah, imagine like being like someone like bully or something like that, and like watching the Gillette ad and thinking, yeah, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. It's like, obviously that's not going to happen. Social contract saying you can do what people say. Well, obviously it's a social contract. It's a website.